Right, this is my Advent Vega Tegra Note 7 tablet, which I got from PC World. Like everything else I seem to buy lately, it plays up. In fact, the only thing that hasn't in the last 18 months is the very thing I'm using to film this with. I was upstairs looking around on my Amazon app when all of a sudden the screen went blank and the three little home buttons were left lit up. I mean, it was just like I had no background really. There was no, it was black, the home buttons were lit up, the toolbar at the top with the battery meter was lit up, but nothing in the middle. So I decided I was going to come downstairs and film it because it wasn't responding to any touches and it wouldn't switch off, or it wouldn't. I was pressing the button on the top to put it into sleep and wake it up, thinking that would free it, and it decided to reboot. So I came downstairs thinking it would just reboot. I sat down at my laptop, which is there, and well, it's still rebooting, and it doesn't look like it's going to actually boot at all. So there you go. So the really funny thing is that I've already been down to PC World and exchanged 2 of these. One of those I got in exchange is upstairs in my bedroom, plugged in, because tomorrow I'm taking that one back, which was the one I already received in exchange for another one that was faulty. I'm now taking that one they gave me back to PC World because it won't charge up just like the one I took back. This one hasn't actually done that, but it's done some very odd other things which seem to suggest it seems to have problems accessing memory. And it's now updated 4 times since I got it. It's been on 3 versions of Jelly Bean. Quite how, I don't know. There must have been something seriously wrong. I mean, I've never known something to update to the same version, right? But this one was bought as Jelly Bean. It updated immediately to another version of Jelly Bean. It updated a couple of weeks after that to another version of Jelly Bean, and it's now updated. So it's updated 3 times, all Jelly Bean. No, it's had 3 operating systems, so it's updated twice to just another version of what it already had. It's now on KitKat, which is version 4.4.2. And the funny thing is, I other than the fact that my settings icon looks different, I can't tell the difference. There's some of the issues that I thought it might solve, updating to KitKat, still seem to be there. God knows who puts the library together, you know, for when you're typing documents. I mean, where in the hell they get some of these English words from, I'll never know, but they certainly ain't English words, unless Americans have words that aren't in our dictionary, I don't know. But anyway, so I just thought I'd just do a little talk about what's happened with this so far, with these. So just to summarise, I've actually walked out of the door with 3 of these on 2 different occasions. This was the first one I got, and I do like it, but it has some bloody annoying issues, which I don't know are down to the set or whether they're down to Google, because to me, KitKat Android just seems to be becoming less and less stable with each version they bring out. And every time they take hold of somebody's software, and forget what the magazines say, because if they say different to me, they're obviously being paid, right? But I've seen people agree with me about Quick Office, and then the other day I saw somebody highly rate it and what Google are doing, and I thought, well, you obviously never used this system in your life, right? Because there's no way, right, if you'd used the Office system to do Office stuff, would you be happy, right, even within a couple of hours? You can't just sod about a bit for 3 minutes and then go, yeah, that piece of software is brilliant, and without problem, right? I mean, Quick Office is too small. I mean, it's so bad I went and spent another 10 quid, so that's now 20 quid I've spent, because I bought the original Quick Office when it wasn't owned by Google. They then got hold of it and destroyed it, and then decided to upload the version I paid 10 quid for the version they created, which was crap. I then went and bought Quick Office Suite Pro for £10, because I didn't like Quick Office, you know. So they just seem to like taking your money, which they seem to successfully do, and then take away what it was you paid for. No, I mean, my dual core phone works slower than single core phones, right? And I'm an engineering expert, and I can tell you now, right, that something has been put on the phone, right, that's slowing it down. It's as simple as that. All right. So they're just, you know, they must have some agreement where Google say, oh, we'll slow down the old versions, and, you know, people will get so fed up they'll go out and buy a new one, you know, which I've actually been in that for that stage for about a year now. And I said to a friend of mine today, you know, I said, one of my friends has died, or two of my friends have died, three of my friends have died, one of my friends has run away. Because of my condition, nobody else really sort of rings me or contacts me. I said, and I was looking at the Moto G phone, and I thought, even though it's cheap, and my phone is broken, which is that one now, which is played up from day one, and it's driven me crazy since I bought it. It's now got a cracked screen. I just said, I don't want to buy one. I don't want to buy a phone. You know, I said, the only thing I really do on it is my blogs, which I could do on this if it worked, which it doesn't, and it's lost files. And it's just ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. So much money is wasted. I mean, I don't know, I can't speak about America and their system, but here in England, you've got governing bodies, you've got ombudsmen, you've got watchdogs, you've got organisation after organisation after organisation that occupy a huge building, huge set of offices, where their salary bill alone is anywhere between 20 and 40 million pounds per year. God knows what they spend on stationery, God knows what they spend on cars for their, you know, and they don't do anything, right? And especially the last couple of years, all I seem to be buying is shit. And the two people I bought this for from PC World, and I only went to PC World because I had Aggro everywhere else. It was the only store left I hadn't actually been sold shite to. And I bought this camera from there, and it's worked flawlessly. I go and buy this, which is their brand name, right, and I'm having issues. I go and buy two more before this started playing up, which went as Christmas presents to two girls, right. Within a week, they both, one refused to charge up. I took it in, swapped it for another one. I then had to go and take in another one because the other one started doing the same thing. I took that in, and when I took it back, they then said, guess what? I said, what? They said, the one you've just changed, we took it out of the box, plugged it in, it's not coming on. Literally. So that's 3 out of 3, one of which didn't power on at all, and this one is having some sort of memory access issues. So that's obviously not going to start. It was like this for a couple of minutes before I decided to start filming it, because I realised it wasn't going to stop. So the only thing I can do is hold the power button down, which will force it to close down. I think this updated to KitKat about 4 nights ago, I think it was, something like that, which was a bit of a surprise. It's not plugged in, so that's obviously booting. I did think it would just shut down, but it's decided to boot. So we'll put it back down where it was sitting before I decide to stop. I got the tethering on that, by the way. That's what that screen is there, mobile hotspot. So that acts as my, and it's only plugged into a charger, but that acts as my wireless hotspot. Actually, where's the pen? Oh, so I use a micro nip pen. Oh, and it's charging. Let me just and it's come on. Now I want to film this bit actually, because there should be a phone, right? That there, right, is for the weather, and as you can see, it hasn't loaded up the symbols, and there should be a clock there. Right, now when I first got this was all immediate, and now it's on KitKat. It should be even faster. Right, sometimes I can go off and then click the home screen button, which is that one now, right, and I can see the little live wallpaper I've got with the water surface and the sun's rays on the ocean floor, and all these icons here, it stays blank sometimes for 20 or 30 seconds, and then they appear. Now this is supposed to be the fastest fucking 7-inch tablet on the market, and as you can see, it's not exactly speedy. Trying to look now. Got about half, maybe just under half a battery. Yeah, no, it must be half a battery. Say 40-45% battery. And it's I'm annoyed because I've bought all the accessories for it, and I was debating the other day. I even told PC World I had to go at them in an email because they talked to me like an idiot. They didn't read the email. They said, sorry, you've had 3 devices that are all faulty. And I went, you effing idiots, can't you fucking read? It's 4, not 3, right? And then I said about changing this, you know, but then I tried to talk myself out of it, you know. I thought, well, maybe the KitKat, you know, the KitKat update happened, and I thought, well, maybe that'll make a difference. You see it's not loading other things. That's the Tegra app there. So there should be a time appear there. None of these widgets are loading. Have I got any other widgets? The Evernote widget is not loading. The Google Plus widget is not loading. I mean, I mean, there's 4 now and they've all been wrong. I can't change it for the same thing because I'm just going to think it's going to be aggro. I bought it to make my life easier, not harder. The times appeared, and there you go. There are the widgets. I mean, and you know, I was just rubbing away there until they came up, but you can see that took a bit of time. It shouldn't have taken anywhere near that long. It should have been instant, absolutely instant, and it's not. So I'm going to have to back up all the files on this. It was refusing to open some of my documents as well earlier today while I was out. I thought, what the hell is that? So I went to settings, I unmounted the SD card and then remounted the SD card. That didn't seem to make a difference. It was still refusing to, and it was refusing to save a file as well. So I switched over to internal memory and saved it under internal memory, and it was alright. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to plug it into my laptop. I'm going to have to take all the files off of it. And the funny thing is, tomorrow I've got to take another one back, which is upstairs, right? And now I'm going to have to take back 2. And I'm really annoyed about it. You know, I went through all last summer with nothing but aggro with cameras. You know, the videos are on my YouTube account. You can look at them. I went through 2 Nikon cameras, no, 3 Nikon cameras, 1 Olympus camera, and then I ended up with the Sony, which I'm currently using, and the Sony's been fine. It's funny, I have moaned about Sony over the years, but the one thing is, whenever I've bought Sony stuff, even if it's second hand, it works. You know, it doesn't matter what people think of the styling or the name or anything else, you know, but give them their due, the stuff always works. Might not work as well as you want, and there might be annoying things with volumes on MP3 players not being loud enough because of the stupid EU law, but they still work. Anyway, there's my little rant about my Advent Vega Tegra Note 7 tablet, which, despite loving the design, I'm going to have to change it for something else.